Now that's more what I'm talking about. It really is like somehow the show can hear what I'm talking about. It's just like, yeah, okay, we'll fix it in the next one, and they usually do. Um, just the title alone, when extremes meet. I mean, how is that not a tempting title? How can you not be like, ooh, what's that gonna be? That was a great sign I made. Ooh, I had a stroke. That's a Simpsons reference to those who really had strokes. I apologize. But okay, so this is now it feels like this is getting good, and this is getting, ooh, what's going, ooh, what's going on here? This is one that's much more focused on Tarlock and sort of his plan, and you're going much more into the issue between the benders and the equalists and just the people in between. And this gets into some very interesting territory where, once again, sort of like what they're doing with X-Men and a lot of these other shows that sort of talk about prejudice and talk about, well, is that you know that these stereotypes come from somewhere, but it's nevertheless a stereotype. But at the same time, there are people who use those stereotypes to their advantage, and they use it as a weapon, and they do use it to abuse. And so because of that, people see some people abusing power, and they associate it as all. And that is an extreme. And extremes drive me insane most of the time. Sometimes we need extremes. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But for the most part, it is just, it's so one-sided and not open and not compromising. And so rarely does that work. Like this show and Avatar try to teach, you need that balance. And here we pretty much have Tarlock abusing his power, essentially. He's going around, there's people going to this Equalist rally, but they're not doing anything, they're just curious, they want to know what this is about, and he tries to have them all arrested, he tries to, have them placed under control, and Korra and her team come in and say, hey, this isn't anything, this is pretty much the McCarthy trials. Are you part of the Communist Party? Have you talked to anyone in the Communist Party? It's playing into that paranoia, and they're using their power and their fear to control. And Korra is saying, no, this isn't cool. I mean, yeah, we obviously don't agree with what they're talking about, but they still have a right to do this. And she tries to fight for them. See, this is good stuff. I mean, this is interesting stuff. And then we see more and more just how far gone Tarlock kind of is. But you know where he's coming from, too. It's not entirely unrelatable. God, and the scene where they have the final conversation. Great location! Thank you, God! Just a different room! And it's a great looking room. He's got this waterfall behind him with these cool designs. And then I'm saying like, oh, I hope they have a fight sequence. But even if they don't, it's just a great looking room. And boom, they have a fight sequence in there. And it's, yes! That's what I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be up, whatever, 12 countries over, 5 nations over, whatever it is. I mean, it's like, shut up, air conditioning. You just need to have something look different, and they've been playing with the angles, but it's still the same room, and here we got a different room, and it's a cool location, and then they bring the fighting into, whatever, the council room where the meetings go on and stuff like that, and that was kind of neat. And they add another part of the story where somehow Tarlock knows bloodbending without using the moon. Again, that's 2 new things that we have here that are really kind of gripping. You got, oh, shut up. I'm sorry. My air conditioning likes to go, I have no idea why. But you got this, the hell is I? My air conditioning made me lose my train of thought, son of a bitch. Oh my God. It was such a good thought, too. I don't know if I can continue. I thought these vlogs were going well, and now it's just like air conditioning. It just might have destroyed the whole thing. God, maybe my life is a lie. Maybe I should just, like, end it right now. I mean, like, just put myself at the edge of a bridge and sing a song like Javert. I mean, the good Javert, not Russell Crowe. Like, really end it all. I mean, just has everything just been in a little... Wait, no, I remember. Okay, so you got the two there, and they're fighting, and so you're wondering if Amon can take away the power, the bending power, and Tarlok can bloodbend when it's not a full moon. Somehow these two had to be interlinked, and somehow it's allowing them to do stuff that nobody else can do, but what's allowing that? What? This is intrigue. This is what Lost was doing. And they did very well until they told you they didn't have anything. But the lead-up was great, and Avatar did have something, and I'm sure this will have something, because Avatar proved that they had something. So this is great, and on top of that, the character stuff is very interesting, and leaves on a good cliffhanger for the characters, too. You got Korra being sent away. She's tied up in a van or something, and they're taking her somewhere, we don't know where, and you have the rest of the group, they're in prison, and that's a good cliffhanger. A lot of these cliffhangers haven't even been grabbing me that much. I remember one of them was like, you know, uh-oh, those other benders are really good, we may not win the competition. Who cares? Here, this is legit stuff going on. So, yeah, I mean, to me, this really felt like... And I love that scene where... I love anything that shows Korra as a hothead, but sort of a justified hothead, like you get it. And when you see Tarlok abusing his power and then arresting the friends, you just see her pick up those two rocks, those two giant boulders, and you know she could just crush him like the coyote. And nevertheless, the friends are like, no, 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 you should back down, back down. She puts him down. It's like, I love moments like that. I just love, it's like, no, no, this person could crush you, but they didn't. They have that ethical side. So, I like that. She was more interesting in this, and the art character is kind of more interesting, and yeah, you got that scene where, what's her name, the daughter looks in the rear view and sees Korra and Mako, like, wink at each other, and she's like, like that, and it's just like, Rrr. But, nevertheless, you still got this pretty solid episode, that's really diving more into what the characters are capable of, where they draw the line, how far they should go, and just the issues of prejudice and extremes, and I don't know. To me, it seemed like a really good episode saying, hey, we're going to start really sort of saying where the limits are, where they could be, where they shouldn't be, and it does it very well. And even that scene just out in... just outside with the other people going to the Equalist rally, whatever. Great lighting in that scene. I mean, all you had was the lighting from the cars, and a lot of they're backlit or they're overexposed. And it looked really good and really stylized. And the show is stylized, but it's one of the few times where you sort of find a location where, and they can really have fun with the lighting on that one. You know, most of the lighting just stays very Dark Knight-ish. You know, it's like, oh, just sort of gray and orange, and which is cool for a bit, and it's like, oh, this is it, okay. But they play with the lighting there, and then again you have that wonderful fight scene near the end with that great waterfall and using the water bending there, and you see her using the techniques that she used, you know, with the spinny door thingies, and it's, I don't know, to me it's like, yes, here we go, keep it going, keep it going. I can't see how you cannot keep it going after having her tied up in the van and being sent somewhere by the bad guys. It's like, there's no way you cannot keep that going. So now I'm excited again. Where the last episode, it's like, oh, come on. It's just the endings you give a little bit and that's it. It's like here, it's like this whole episode was like, whoa, hey, okay, this is interesting. And I like it when they're sort of going rogue too, and they're sort of doing their own thing, and they were kind of like their own little A-team going on. So, yeah, this episode was great. I hope the rest are like this. I mean, because, God, we're getting pretty far now, aren't we? We're getting, like, almost close to the end. Let's keep them going. Keep the momentum going, guys. So, guys who have made this show already, but I will still nonetheless blame if you didn't listen to me somehow by traveling in time. So, yeah, really like this episode. Can't wait for the next one.